Hey guys, welcome back to the Soul Pod. This is Stacy. This video is for anyone who's ever had that sense that something was missing but couldn't quite figure out what it was. This video is about how we hide from ourselves and how to figure out how we hide from ourselves. It's, as you saw in the title, it's a billion-dollar question that doesn't cost a cent. It might be a little uncomfortable. Here's some gold. You ready? Socrates said, "Know thyself." Two words, huge sentence, 3,000-year-old idea. And it's cute because we all think we know ourselves. I know where I live, I know my address, I know who I'm dating or I'm married to, I know where my car's parked on a good day. But do we really know ourselves, or are we just thinking we know ourselves? I know from personal experience that I'm really good at hiding from myself, but that comes from doing work. And if you've done work too, you've had those moments where you're like, oh goodness, that was in plain sight, and I was looking right at it constantly and missing it. This is one of those questions that'll help you identify those things and help you know yourself in a way that right now identifies something that's hiding in plain sight and maybe you've been ignoring. There's one question you can ask yourself that will reveal things to you that are hiding in plain sight. And I'm going to tell you what the question is, but I want to first say what I want you to do is answer it out loud with the first thing that comes to mind, even if it's silly, even if it makes you laugh, even if it makes you cringe, no matter what emotion or feeling you sort of have as a reaction to this, say it out loud. And this is really important. Will you say it out loud? Say yes, please, right now, out loud. All right. Hopefully you're playing along at home. I can't tell, but you need to say it out loud. And there's a reason. Trust me on this. Okay, here you go. You ready? The question is this: if you woke up tomorrow and you were a billionaire, what's the first thing you would do? The answer to that question reveals something hiding in plain sight. Maybe you've already identified it. Maybe you're one of these lucky folks who've gone, oh yeah, I've been ignoring that for a while. I've been kind of like putting that underneath the pillow and acting like it's not there. But if you had a reaction to this and your answer to it was something surprising to you, or maybe you laughed, or maybe you cringed, there's gold there. There's gold there. Maybe your answer is my answer would be almost all the time, quit my job. Because I don't want to work for someone else to make my living. I want to do what I love. I want to be me for a living. That would be a wonderful thing. Wouldn't we all love to wake up every day and just be able to do us? Can you imagine getting paid to do the thing that you love? What I love is being me. It's wonderful. So maybe your answer is quit my job. Maybe your answer is leave my spouse. Maybe your answer is get a new apartment or buy a house or uh, get groceries. Everyone's at a different level of what their most pressing thing is, the thing that's front of mind or maybe hiding in their anxiety. And this is the question that really answers those hiding in anxiety questions is what would you do tomorrow if money weren't an option? If it wasn't a factor? What would you do? And for some of us, it is something simple as, fill the cupboards or fill the gas tank or whatever. But maybe your answer is something bigger than that. Now, those answers too answer questions for us, of course. They tell us something about our situation that we may already know. But these bigger ones, where you say something like leave my job, leave my spouse, leave the country, whatever it is, consider that for a moment. Consider that answer here. Now let's go over some questions. Why that? Why is that your answer? Consider it deeply. Why is that your answer? What need is that feeding? You staying, having not changed that, or what need is it feeding if you can change that? Consider both of those things. What would be different? What would be better if you could make that change? What would you be leaving behind? What would you be gaining? Got it? Are there small shifts within that could change this, that could quiet the noise, the thing that's telling you need a change? Or must it be a big change? I mean, the examples I've given are things like, quit my job. Maybe the small change is change my job title, change my job role. That's a small change versus, yeah, no, I'm out of here. you know? Same thing with relationships. So, are there small changes you can make? Because if your answer was one of these big ones I'm talking about or something similar, it's probably not a small change. It's probably a big change. And the thing that's keeping you from making that decision is that money, it's the $1 billion question, right? If money is no longer a factor and you can do anything, what do you do? Your answer told you that whatever that was is not acceptable to you, but you're staying out of fear of something to do with money. So is it a small shift or a large shift? What needs to happen to get you where you need to be? Did this reveal something to you? Something big that you didn't notice? Or maybe it's something that in the back of your mind you do and you know that you bury. Maybe it was one of those moments where it just peeled your eyelids open and made you stare at the thing that you've been utterly ignoring. It's hiding in plain sight. It's an opportunity, you see. Now, this isn't therapy. It's your compass. Like this one question is your compass. And the question behind that is, what next? What next? This isn't a flag. It's not a failure. It's identifying something that at a core level is not acceptable to you. But how do you change it? How do you change it? That's your work. But now you can't hide from it anymore. Now it's on your plate. It's in front of you. Now you either address it or you don't address it. Now, if you don't address it, you're doing that willfully. You're making the choice to not address it. You get me? This one thing, this question that you answered is something that's drowning out your joy. You get that? It's drowning out your joy. It's something that's weighing you down enough that it's hanging on to you and keeping you from rising. Write your answer down in whatever form you want to write that down and keep it in front of you. I'm going to give you a challenge to journal about this, to sit down and write about it. Now that if this is something new to you, something that's been revealed, or something that was uncomfortable, journal about it. Sit down, write your thoughts out, explain to yourself, like, why did I share that? What would I change? How would I change that if I could change that? What would that look like if I did change that? Not about the implications of all the bad stuff, but the implications of all the good stuff. Write that down, right? Because fear is great. Fear is the thing that's kept you hiding that away from yourself for as long as you have, if it was hidden away. That's not the stuff you need to motivate you. What you need to motivate you are the good things that can come from it. Setting fear aside, journal about what good things can come from this change if I make this change. And then figure out how to do it if that list is strong enough. Know thyself isn't a chore. It's freedom. Most of us don't know ourselves well enough. Most of us hide from ourselves. Most of us stuff things away. We don't want to address these things because they're uncomfortable. So we've trained ourselves to just stuff them away, right? They're just in a box in the closet somewhere that we never visit, covered with dust. But it's out of the dust now. It's in front of us. It's right there. The answer is there. The answer to the uncomfortably delicious question of what would you do if money were no longer a problem? What would you do? If you feel compelled to it and you feel comfortable doing it, what's the change you would make? Drop a comment below. What's the change you'd make? Or have you made a change in the past and you're now nodding, going, yeah, he's right. It sucks, but you got to do it. Share that. Because you're not sharing it with me, you're sharing it with the community. Someone else will read that note later and they'll be exactly what they needed to hear, because once they were where you were and may want to get where you're at, and knowing that somebody else has done it, that's fuel for that fire. So leave me a note. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do that. Subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't checked out the Soul Podcast yet, check out the Soul Podcast. I think you'll like it. Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. Thanks for being here, guys. And journal. Write this stuff down. You got this. Life gets better every day, but when we know ourselves, that's a really great starting point. Love you guys. Talk to you on the next video.